Hello and welcome back to One Day to Get 5 May for AP Precalculus. This is episode 22, and today I'm doing another problem out of the Barron's AP Precalculus Review Guidebook, but today I didn't feel like putting the image in, so I just wrote it out. So the last term of a geometric sequence is 8 125ths. If the first term is 5 halves and the sequence has 5 terms, what is the value of the second term? Okay, so I'm going to give you a second to pause the video and try the problem, and then I will go ahead and do it. Alright, assume that you've paused the video and tried the problem. Here is what our sequence will look like. 5 halves, and then we don't know the next 3, and then we know our fifth one. We have 5 terms, right? Our fifth one, so our last one, is 8 125ths. So this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, this is fifth. Okay. So for a geometric sequence, from the first term to get to the next term, you multiply by some number r, right? This is your common ratio. Oh wait, I accidentally wrote 2 r's for that. Whoops. So to get from the first to the second, we multiply by r. Second to third, multiply by r. And then third to fourth, multiply by r. And then from fourth to fifth, we multiply by r. So in total, to get from 5 halves to 8 125ths, we multiply by r to the fourth. There's 4 r's that we're multiplying. So we're saying is 8 125ths equals 5 halves. And then we multiply by r 4 times to get to that, so r to the fourth. Now this is not too bad. We can just multiply both sides by 2/5, cancel that out, right? Okay. So r to the fourth is equal to 16 over 5 times, okay, that's 625. So let's take the fourth root. Now, actually, technically, I think, yeah, you could have 2 solutions. So what this implies is that r is plus or minus, because we have the fourth root, which is even, of 2, and then, yeah, that will just be 2/5, right? Because this is 4th root 16 over 4th root 625 with plus or minus. Let me show you how that works. So 5 halves times 2/5 times 2/5 times 2/5. That's equal to 5 times 8 over 2 times 125. But if we do the same thing, but with minus, so wait, no, I forgot one, sorry. If I say, yeah, if I have 5 halves times 2/5 to the fourth, that's the same thing as just 5 halves times 2 to the fourth over 5 to the 4. But notice, and I could simplify it further, but if we have 5 halves times minus 2/5 to the 4, that's the same thing as 5 halves times 2 to the 4, because it's a negative, and when you raise a negative to an even power, you get a positive 2 to the 4 over 5 to the 4. So it's the same thing either way. So if we assume we have 2 possible scenarios. Either scenario 1, r is 2/5, or scenario 2, r is negative 2/5. Okay? That's what we can discern from our situation. Okay, well, in situation 1, to get from the first to the second term, the second term is going to be 5 halves times 2/5, or just 1. But for the second term, for the second scenario, we have the second term is equal to blah 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 blah. Oops. Equal to 5 halves times minus 2/5. And those will cancel, and we'll just be left with -1. So really, I think technically, just based on the problem, let me check what the answer key says. But based on my reasoning, this should have 2 solutions, either 1 or -1. Let me know in the comments though if your solution agrees. So I generally do check my answers with the answer key, but yeah, it said it took the 4th root of yeah, they got r as 2/5 by taking the 4th root, but technically, if you're saying that r to the 4th is equal to 16 over 6.5, taking the 4th root having the 4th root of that would make the equation true, but also having a 4th root with a minus on the outside would make that true. Not sure if that's the right way to describe it, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. So it looks like the solution that they're going with is, oops, I lost it. Yeah, the solution that they gave is the second term is 1. So, yeah. And actually, one second. I believe that problem was multiple choice. So, yeah, okay. The answer choices for this problem were A, 2/5, B, 4/5, C, 1, or D, 2. So, yeah, I would have just done the work. If this was a test, I would have done the work. Obviously faster than I have. I'm taking my time to help explain it. And gotten plus or minus 1, just based on solving that. But notice there's no -1, so it has to be C, which is 1, right? Alright, so I hope that you found the video helpful, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.